Here's the initial screen that you'll be seeing when you start up the engraving program. And what I'm going to do first is, I'm not going to use the mouse, I'm just doing some pointing, but basically you're going to press the number 1 for the plate height, the number 2 for the plate length, 3 for top margin, and the rest of the margins. Now this is also where your condense is, your condense by line, and I'm going to have this live. Number 8 would be manual condense, condense by plate, and condense by line. Almost always condense by line is the best one with no override. There's tabs that you can put in, and Alt-Z will zero all your margins. So let's say that we want to make a 1x3 plate with just the word Aloha on it. So I'm going to press number 1, hit the number 1 and hit enter, and then number 2, put in 3 and hit enter. Now if I want to change the margins in any way, I can press the number 5 and make this 0.2 inches, and then I could press number 6 and just hit the equal sign. Okay, so now I need to input text, and you can see that F1 is a quick layout, F2 is edit all text, F4 is rescale, F5 is to send the job to the engraver, character count, edit list, inner list, F9 to load a job, and F10 to save a job. E for edit, G for graphic, main menu is not very useful, S is the start engraving menu, and to enter text is the letter T. And then there's a couple other extended features that are right here. But let's just start by just touching the letter T on the keyboard. Now I already had some text in there, so I want to start, in this case, a new job. So I'm going to just hit the letter N. So right now it's in automatic mode. The maximum width that I can use is 2.6. The letter height, number 4, I'm going to type in 0.25 high and hit enter. Now I can also hold the Alt key and press the up and down arrow, and it will skip to convenient fractions. Now of course I can't go too big because that's the maximum height, this 0.7. So let's say I just want to take it down to 0.375. Now as you can see, I can change the letter spacing, italics, or underline, but that's not what I want to do. I do want, however, to change the font. It defaults to normal block, so I'm going to hit number 5, arrow down, or hit the end key, load a font, and I've got logos and fonts are shown here. So I want to, once I hit enter, I'm over in this right area to look for my fonts. And I'm going to jump down to the R's because I want Roman 4 lines. So Alt R, I've got a Roman 2 line, and then here's my Roman 4 line. Now I can hit enter or the space bar. The space bar will make that my font of choice, and it kind of hits the enter key for me. Now the reason we selected the space bar is because to get out into the engraving field, you can see right now I'm on the caret. To get out into the engraving text field, I either hit the space bar or the arrow to the right. So now you'll see your text height and all of this turn gray. So I'm going to just type in Aloha. Now if I want to hit the home key, it goes back to the beginning, end key goes back to the end. If I hit the home key and arrow to the right under the letter L, I can hit F6 and change it to all capital letters, and then I hit enter. Now I'm on the second line, but in this case I don't want a second line, so I'm going to just hit escape. Now in your case you're going to be able to hit the letter G for graphic, but for this program it will go blank on me. So assume that you're going to see a 1x3 with Aloha and Roman 4 line on it. So I'm going to now hit the letter S for start. And right here, of course, I only want to engrave one plate, but maybe you might want to engrave more. Number of passes, you can have up to 3 passes. Normal mode is just going to print Aloha just like in normal engraving stock. The corner is going to be corner oriented and engrave all lines. This spindle delay time, this is the time that the spindle and the chip removal will start up before the engraving starts. If you're doing diamond drag, you would set that down to very low, like 0.1 second. Matrix is when you're doing list or matrix, or badges as some people call it. The XY feed rate, this is in inches per second, how fast the engraver is running. And dwell time, actually this is wrong. Let me just hit escape, and go to Alt-C, and I'm going to change it to yes for stepper motor, and then hit enter. Now I lost my job, but that's not a big deal. I'm going to reset it up. 1/3, T for text, Alt up arrow to get to 3/8, Roman 4 line, aloha, and hit enter, and then escape. Now I'm going to hit the letter S because it was in a 2D mode. On yours it will be the 3D mode. So XY feed rate, this is the dwell. This is the time it takes from the clearance position to the dive. This is how far your cut depth is. Usually you're going to have, this is a very safe number, usually you're going to be about 0.015, 0.020. And this is how fast it's plunging into the material. And this is the clearance that it goes between. And then the spindle delay is right here. So once I hit the number 5, and I don't know what's going to happen when I hit 5, but we'll see. Well, it says that I don't have an engraving machine. But you will see a byte count come up on the screen. And then if you look over on the pendant, you'll see that same number. Sometimes the number will be 1 off, but it should be consistent. And then you press start on the pendant and you're engraving. I hope this helps.